styles make fights. Unless Canelo changes trainers, unless he changes trainers and he gets better in his footwork, I think Canelo's too flat-footed for somebody like Bivol, who uses his head and his intelligence. Because if you look at Canelo's losses, which are only with Mayweather and Bivol, he lost because of his footwork. He lost because of the other guys being light on their feet and him being too heavy on his feet. So if he does change trainers, he has a shot at beating Bivol.
Those are the words of Oscar De La Hoya as he states that Canelo's flaws is he's flat-footed. He will get beat worse the second time unless he changes trainers. Now, one thing I have to start off counterpunching with is the fact that he said, well, Canelo's losses were only to Mayweather and Bivol. He said he lost due to his footwork. Mayweather and Bivol losses were totally different. Mayweather just schooled Canelo. You notice that I feel he almost slipped with, guys that can move on their feet. I know he thought of Lara, but he didn't want to say Lara because he was promoting Canelo at the time of the Lara fight. And we know how controversial that was. And a lot of people, Lara ran, but he outpointed a motherfucker. You outrun a person and you still outpoint them, you must be doing something right. I would promote running then, because he outpunched Canelo, he outboxed Canelo. Canelo couldn't get in those big ass shots that he used to. He threw some and he landed some good shots to the body, but he didn't really do too much. Whereas Bivol, right? Bivol did use his footwork as well, but Bivol was just busier. Okay, so Floyd fought him and beat him on the inside. Lara worked him on the outside. Bivol did both. He was a hybrid between both Mayweather and Lara because he kept his distance. But then as soon as Canelo came in with these power shots, which he was loading up on, by the way, absorbing his power, you know what I mean? He was just exhorting his power. Bivol was able to catch and shoot, boop, bop, and then move out of the way. He really didn't allow Canelo to get him on the ropes and do these type of things. That's what Canelo likes to do. Edge you off, edge you off, edge you off, head movement, and then he would calculate a particular punch, and that power punch will be that punch that hurts you. He was trying to go up the middle with that right uppercut, in which it worked at some instances, but it wasn't enough power for that weight class, because Bivol was able to take that. He was able to take it easy. And Bivol found out, okay, you're just throwing all your punches hard. And what happens, he got tired. So that was another factor with Canelo. It wasn't just his footwork, I think his head movement will always be better than his footwork because of how he plants his feet, on how he delivers punches. And I think that's the thing. I don't think you can have it both ways. I think as long as you are flat-footed, you're able to punch harder, but also you're able to keep your balance from getting knocked down. Okay, you have guys like Canelo, like Danny Garcia. Those guys have never hit the canvas. I'm pretty sure there's others. I can't think of them right now, but they are flat-footed. Triple G's another one I just thought of that just popped in there, right? So, those guys, they plant their feet a certain way, so they always have distance, balance in themselves, and they have that balance factor. So when they do get caught with a good shot, left hook, right hand, they're always balanced enough to take that punch, and Canelo has that. However, the footwork comes from the fact that you're able to move. So the give and take, the advantages of being flat-footed, you won't go down as easy or at all, but you won't be able to move as fast either. So Bivol was able to do both, just being a bigger guy. Now, is Oscar necessarily dissing the Reynosos? I don't really think so, but then I think De La Hoya benefited from changing trainers. Okay, but to be fair, even when he did, he still lost because he fought Sugar Shane Mosley. and he lost to Sugar Shane Mosley in 2020. Then he fought him again in 2003. And then at that time, he had Mr. Floyd Mayweather Sr., and he still lost. So, you know what I mean? Like he said, styles make fights, but him changing trainers, I don't know if that will help or not, you know, due to Oscar De La Hoya's own experience with that. But who knows? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Oscar De La Hoya exposing Canelo's flaw. Please subscribe, and you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!